Welcome to 73rd annual convocation of Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. We are at MSU convocation Samvad, and today we have Dr. Parth Shastri with us. Dr. Shastri has just received his PhD degree from Faculty of Journalism and Communication. Currently employed with Times of India, Dr. Shastri is assistant editor with 17 years of experience. So he has a very good professional background, academic background, and today we are going to ask him about his academics. So welcome, Dr. Shastri.
Thank you so much.
So first and the foremost question, how do you feel? Finally the dream come true, PhD?
Yes, the journey was long, 6 years long, and I can recount each year of the journey. Primarily, my journey was special because I believe that COVID played a major role. COVID was the time when my data collection had just started taking place, and at that point of time I could not approach anybody. I had my questionnaires and already I had approached NGOs already, but I could not do that. So at that point of time I had no idea whether it will continue, whether I have to stop my journey, I might have to explore something else. But by God's grace, here we are, and I have received the degree, so it feels really, really great.
So you have also been a gold medalist. Now
Yes.
you are receiving a degree as well, PhD degree as well. So what's the difference? Whether it's a difference or there is no difference?
There is a huge difference. I would say that it was more for bread and butter, my gold medal, because that was my master's degree, and that was very, very much necessary for my professional journey. But this is the jam on that proverbial bread and butter, because PhD was a dream. PhD was something that I wanted to pursue, not for any goal, but to prove myself and to also understand a lot of things. I'll just give you an example that whenever we are talking about class studies or when we are interacting with students, and now when you approach the same class as a teacher, because I also taught print media at this very faculty, and at that point of time you feel the difference. We also understand our teachers, we also understand how their pedagogy is and how they get all these examples and all. So it has been a very, very enriching journey, and I would say that whoever gets the chance to actually delve a bit deeper, I think they should take it.
As you said, it was a long journey. What were the barriers and how you overcame, and the support, how important that was?
Absolutely, I think it's a great question. First and foremost, the barriers come from within. I think I'll just share an anecdote, whoever is interested. I was, of course I am still a journalist, and at that point of time when a ma'am approached me for the first time that now our faculty will have the PhD program, because I had shown my interest for the same thing, and at that point of time I was in the middle of a lot of things. So I said, ma'am, I'm very keen, but I know that I might not be able to do justice to do both, because my profession is very demanding. And she had just one question: Parth, do you really want to do this? If the answer is yes, then you will find the answers. But if your answer is no, then also you will find the answers to support that. So if you give yourself completely, then you will definitely find your way. And thanks to her, I mean, my journey would not have been complete without Niti ma'am's constant support, as she has been very encouraging. And I think that was the first thing. Second thing, of course, comes when all your leaves, when all your offs, weekly offs and all that go into the studies. So you generally don't give any time to your family. And I have been fortunate. My daughter is here, my wife is here, and they have been understanding of my journey. I have not been able to be with them for 5 years, which has been a lot of time. My daughter was 5 years when I started, now she is 10, and I don't know how they have done it. They have done their vacations and all their own. So when one sees the journey of a PhD, it is not just a person's journey. It is, I think, a collective journey of a lot of people, their friends, their family, their well-wishers. So I think these are some of the points that I would like to highlight.
Your subject is about disabled. Can you throw some light on that and how it was easy, difficult?
Absolutely.
The subject itself is a difficult thing.
The subject itself is not difficult, but yes, it was novel because most of the times what we see is that my topic, if I can elaborate a bit, that was primarily the media's perception or the media's framing in our parlance of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. So I started my journey in 2018. It was just 2 years after the act had passed. and a lot of new things had come up. For example, Accessible India had launched in 2015. The word Divyang that actually defined the entire disability sector that came in 2015, and the act itself came in 2016. So it was a very right time to actually understand that whether something like a terminology, something like a government-run model, does that reflect itself on the print media and overall media's psyche? And it was very interesting to observe that Divyang word actually stuck for what all it meant. Of course, when I interviewed a lot of people, a lot of experts, they were on either side of the fence. Some of them mentioned that rather than using any other word, it is good to have at least one terminology with which you can do that. But some others said that it does not encapsulate the entire gamut of things. But nonetheless, what I found in my research was that media has overall been supportive of the endeavor. But what lacks is their understanding of the sector. A lot of times they do not understand the terminology. A lot of times they do not understand the difference between the euphemisms and the actual terms. And a lot of times the entire coverage is driven by NGOs' propaganda or NGOs' perspective rather than their own studies. So I think it has been an enriching journey, and I think I would say that it was India's first study after RPWD Act was passed about the media and disability studies confluence. So that's why I think it is important, and a lot of disability activists, I shared it with them and they were very happy with it.
So really congratulate you on that, because it was the first study. Now journey further. What are your plans? And as you said, faculty then can't say disability, but Divyang, how you plan to contribute towards that?
Right. I have already in some sense, but I'll give you an example that I had made about 15 points based on the study, because it was a triangular study. I took into consideration the media coverage, I took into consideration the perspective of the persons with disabilities, and I also connected them both with the experts' perspectives. So I came up with the recommendations or suggestions for each of these sectors: what press can do, what press must do, what NGOs can do, what NGOs must do, and what society at a large, I mean, if you want to create an awareness and all. For example, how many of us know that assistive devices have actually come to that kind of a level where a blind person can read? A lot of people don't know about that. So when media creates a perception about disability, what a person can or cannot do, at that point of time, media's role becomes very, very important. And I think that's where one has to tap into this power. And I would like to take it further, maybe by amplifying the study's results. And when you mention about the further, I think, course, I am happy right now contributing as a journalist, but definitely I have been straddling the path of academics also, because I think that is something that I like, interacting with young people, understanding their ideas, how they are looking at the society, and what makes them tick. So I think I would like to now contribute some more time and energy in academics also.
So that was lovely talking to you. Wish you all the best, and definitely your research is not only going to help the Divyangs but also the society as well. And I also appreciate that your research will definitely come handy for all the students who aspire to do something in this sector.
I'm glad. Thank you,
Dr.
Thank you so
Shastri.
much. Thank you so much for the opportunity.